started.
Welcome
Hey.
to the Facial Recognition Comedy Podcast. I'm Pallavi.
Hey, Pallavi, I'm Fizaa.
Hi, ladies. I'm Zahra.
And today our guest is Rell Battle.
What's up, Rell?
Good morning, evening. What is it right now?
Afternoon. Good welcome.
Afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
That's
guys.
morning for a comic on a Sunday.
Thank
I
you
know,
for
right?
being
Yeah, it
here.
feels weird.
I get up early. That's other than Sundays. This is my only late day.
What does early count as?
8 in the morning usually.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
because for our listeners, Rell is on Superior Donuts
I got enough.
on CBS. right?
Nobody's watching that show under 50.
Is that
That's
the
our demographic.
That's my demographic, 50-year-old white people.
Yeah, that's mine. That's ours too.
Oh, really?
They're gonna love this.
Our show,
This is for
like,
them.
Our West Side show that we do every month. It's like afterwards, all the people that talk to us, they're like old white dudes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a fetish. That's what that is.
They think
Yep.
we're for sale.
Honestly.
We will take your money.
When we
Our
when we
Venmo
do
is, what is our Venmo?
Yeah, facial rec comedy.
There it is.
Facial recognition comedy.
I don't
What's it?
know.
When we do our promotions and stuff, we could see them online, like who's responding,
Yeah.
and it's usually like 18 to 50-year-old males, like
Really?
78%.
That's a white males.
Yeah. Well, we
fetish.
don't,
I mean,
we don't know if it's
Instagram
white
doesn't
males.
tell us white men.
Oh.
We're just assuming that's yeah.
Sponsored
How you know
by.
I didn't? Febreze.
Yeah, you just moved to take the Febreze out of the table.
Febreze out of the where we record the
All right.
video.
So
Blah, blah.
before we started recording, Rell was asking us about our background.
This is Rell's podcast.
I want to know what I'm doing. Who's here?
Rell's a really good host of our podcast.
I found out so much information in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we were talking about if our parents are cool with what we do, because the stereotype is that they're not.
And that stereotype is mostly true.
Yeah, it's based on reality.
Well, I was telling her, me and Suba had a very long conversation one night in New York like 2 years ago. I was like, oh, word? Like, it's like that serious? But I guess it is. I don't know.
How are her parents with it?
They can't stand it.
For the listeners, we established earlier that Pallavi's parents would prefer that she didn't do comedy, and Zahra's not. Well, I'll let you tell your own story.
Oh yeah, I'm like disowned
Yeah.
for doing comedy.
See,
That's
Is
how
this
we.
personal? I
That's
don't know
how
if this is
we.
too personal.
we
No,
no,
adopt-
I mean
No, we
it's
love
fine.
this.
That's
it's
how
fine.
we adopted Zahra. That's
Yeah.
what
But I was
I'm looking for family members to adopt me.
facial rap family.
I was telling her though that I don't think any parent wants their kid to be a comedian. This is like the bottom of the creative totem pole.
I'm not gonna lie. I think my parents are actually proud.
Yeah, that you're not
That's
dead.
awesome.
But
Sweet.
but so much of the pressure went onto my younger siblings to become doctors.
How many?
I have two younger
It's like
siblings.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's what I say.
Like, wow.
6.6%. Come on.
Wait, but they're both like pursuing being doctors, or are both of them doctors now? Or
My
of them
sister
still-
Fair is in residency,
Okay.
and my brother is finishing med school. And
Okay, so
Shout
they're-
out
But
to
do
the
they-
Asani siblings.
But do they look at you and go, "Oh, that's cool. She's doing this."
yeah, I think so because it's so different, and they thought I was crazy. But I think now stuff's happening. They're like,
They're
okay,
starting this. Oh, because you're
It makes
starting to get
sense.
on TV and you're on ABC and Netflix and all these, and you're in a fucking Revlon commercial with Gal Gadot.
Dear
so
white
they're
people.
finally okay.
Yeah.
It was like the
So they're good now.
My dad's. I had this long conversation with him where I was on the and he was telling me all these reasons why I shouldn't do it and blah blah blah. And then in between he goes, I mean, I guess when it works out or something like that, like when you can buy me a house or something, and then he dropped it for he dropped that, maybe he'll be
Damn.
okay with it. And I was like, okay, so I just got to buy my dad
Hella conditional.
a car
it's
or a
all,
house.
It's all
like-
money. If you get
it's
the money,
yeah, exactly.
You make the money of a doctor. What are you gonna say?
So is that when your parents came around when you started making TV money?
Oh, my parents they never cared. They just
didn't.
where I'm from, as long as I'm not selling dope, they don't really care. My mom knew I was gonna be. I didn't know I was gonna be a comedian. She knew before I did.
yeah.
Really?
She just kind of. I guess I was funny in my family. Everybody's my family's funny.
Your twin brother also.
Everybody's funny.
Okay.
So
I didn't
wait,
think.
so what is your family? How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And
Okay.
I'm a twin. And,
Are your sisters twins as well?
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
Courtney's,
Such a weird question. Are your parents twins as well?
I don't know. I don't know. Where
There's a
the
genetic component.
yeah?
So.
Where did the
we're
twin thing come from?
We're the oldest of. We have 5 twins on my dad's side. We're the
yeah.
oldest. Yeah.
You're like, we started this trend.
We started, and the rest of them are girls.
That shit's contagious.
They're all girls, but my brother and I are the only boy twins in my
Yeah.
family.
So, and then your parents, so your mom knew you were going to be a stand-up.
My family did. I didn't know. So when I was I'm moving to California after college, she was like, "Yeah, you're gonna do comedy and blah 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 blah." I said, "No, I'm not. What are you talking about, Terrell?" She knew. I had no clue. She called it, and she was right. So
Terrell.
she was support. Yeah.
Terrell.
Well, my family calls me Twin. Nobody calls me Terrell.
They call you
Terrell.
twin?
Everybody calls me Twin.
Wait, what did they call your brother?
Twin.
That's
just they
It's
don't.
not twin 1, twin 2.
They don't care enough. Just twin.
One of y'all.
One of y'all better show up when I call.
That's like when they like, girl, boy, get over here.
That's how they do it.
I mean, that's better than the alternative where in our house, I'm sure you guys have this, where like your
Every other
parents
sibling.
calls you all the siblings and all the cousins before they get to your name.
Really?
They're like, what
And
the
the pets.
If
The
they have
pets.
pets.
What did
Really?
I name you? What? No.
Which one? They just call every other name.
Yeah.
Every my
Cubby,
father,
Guna.
yeah, Farah, Ali, Razak,
Just
Fizaa,
like,
Fizaa, but I'm
like,
sitting right in front
what
of her.
are you?
It's like, it's like they have Tourette's, but with family.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll call me by my name if she's trying to call someone else.
Yeah.
Like, but that's it.
That's our version of call me by your name.
Call you by your real name.
It's way less sexual.
That's funny.
Okay, so why did you move to California? What were you studying? Or like,
What was I doing? We got to really answer questions, huh? I studied theater at University of Maryland. And then I said, I'm going to be an actor. So I moved out here with my buddy from college, and we lived in Burbank. And we watched 24 on Netflix every day. And then,
Aw, that's bonding.
Yeah, 10 years later. So
that's
10
dope.
years later. You think it was watching the 24 that motivated you?
That's his
I think
biggest comedic influence.
I think it was the only thing. It's the only thing we could afford to pay for to
Netflix?
what was Netflix. was
Share a
about.
Netflix
We didn't
account?
We didn't have cable back then. We just
I
had to
still
live
don't
that.
have cable.
I don't
Does anyone have cable?
I canceled my cable.
I know like one person that has cable, and he recently was like, I shouldn't have that.
I have cable now. Well, I gotta watch sports. I got cable now.
Yeah.
You have to watch
When
sports.
did you get cable when you started to get TV money?
Nah, I've always had, pretty much always had cable. Well, at Burbank, I had 6 struggle years.
Okay.
6 struggle, regular open mic, bull. Can I curse in here?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Do you?
I had about 5 or 6 like tough struggle years. After that, I was doing all right. So,
Yeah.
So, wait, so you've been doing it for 10 years?
now I've been doing it for like 12, 11,
Hey.
something like that. I've been doing it for a while. For a while. But 6 years, first 6 years, first 5. I mean, I say 6. First 5 were pretty shitty.
Yeah.
The worst.
Here in LA.
You mentioned, so you were also on my podcast, so I know a lot about Rell.
You know my shit
The
already.
2 Girls, 1 Guy podcast.
Do
but-
my interview.
Yeah.
How you gonna promote another podcast on your podcast?
We're promoting all of our
I
shit.
would like.
Expanding our brand.
We're promoting
I have
all of our We all have our
Fizz got
things.
blind
You the girl that brings Subway in the Quiznos to go eat.
No, but this is a slightly different demographic. But I want to ask you, because you did mention like you were in the struggle bus for 6 years, like couch surfing and
Struggle bus?
Couch surfing wasn't that long. No, it was more like
All that
shitty
stuff.
apartment. Living with roommates I didn't want to be with because I couldn't afford to go anywhere. Just the open mic, walk to the store, sign up, 6 weeks not get on type of thing, 3 minutes. Type of wait outside Laugh Factory.
So like comedy.
Comedy.
Yeah.
The shit we
the
all go
open
through.
mic
The
struggle.
stuff the whole stuff we all go through, yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But we all go through that.
When did you
sometimes.
feel like you were good? Like what moment? Like was there a specific moment where you're like, I don't have to do this thing, or like I can buy this thing?
I had early success, meaning I got into like a lot of festivals my first year. Like I got into a lot of
Damn.
a lot of black festivals. Jamie Foxx used to have a festival called the Laugh-A-Palooza.
heard of
They would
that.
pick like the best comics, I guess new comics in the country, whatever, quote unquote, the Bay Area. I got to like 4 or 5 festivals. I was touring like my second year. I got past my third year at the Improv, and then shit just shut down.
Yeah.
Like the next 4 year, like nothing. Just like
People
How
just
did it
started
dry up?
hating.
Huh?
Is that it?
no,
Like,
no.
what happened?
I never really had hate. It's
How
just
did it dry up?
I think it dried up because I was doing a lot of black rooms. I was doing well in the black rooms, and personally, I was like, I don't want to just be a black comedian. You know what I'm saying? Some comics just get stuck in that, black or the only doing country room, only doing like alt rooms,
That's an
only
interesting
doing
thing to talk about.
yeah. Some kids you can live in the alt rooms and never go anywhere.
Fizz is like
found a
meta
topic.
narrating this
Why?
podcast.
What happened?
She's like, we should talk about that
Yeah.
on this podcast.
We found a topic.
well, you can get caught in the server like alt rooms and not go anywhere else and do well.
I hate that. Like everybody, like I try to go everywhere. I try to try new rooms and stuff. And there are people who are like, oh, I would never go there. That room's terrible. And I'm like, I would go there just because you said that.
Yeah,
Like,
you can get caught. You can get caught in the black room. You can get caught just doing Hollywood rooms. You can get caught in the valley. And so I was like, I don't want to just be, because my crew we came up with, we did every room. So
yeah.
So I started going to other rooms where it was like, shit, Dane Cook's on this stage, and your jokes don't really translate as well.
Yeah.
So you just gotta grow. It's just a growth thing. And the better you do, you can be the hottest open micer and get into festivals.
Yeah.
If you're like the hottest open micer, then when you start getting that Friday night at the Laugh Factory, you're with the beat, the Chris D'Elia's and the blah, blah, and then it's like, oh shit.
It's
and
a
then
different level.
2-3 years in, you're probably not ready for a lot of those times. So that's what happened to me. Slow down, but it was good. You had to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
I went back to the mics.
But it makes you a stronger comic if you're able to do any room.
Well, it takes time. Yeah, you gotta, because you just want to make everybody laugh, and then because I was really arrogant. I don't know if you guys know this. I didn't bomb my first year at all. I never bombed because I just had I had enough energy to get past, and I knew how to.
Yeah.
I was always decent at crowd work, so I could never, even if my jokes weren't working as great, I can get back with energy.
Yeah.
So I didn't really bomb my first year, and I got into festivals and stuff. And then after my first bomb, I just was. It's like, oh. Like the bomb police were like, oh yeah, we didn't see you. Here we go. I'm sorry, we were on break for the last year.
They caught up.
And then it was like,
you gotta fill that bomb quota.
They found you.
yeah, we found you. And then it was like, all right. Then it became more of a struggle for me. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's I'm sorry. That's you're going through that transition, right? Like you're trying to get material. Like at your third year, you're probably like trying to get into the other rooms, and that's when you realize like I got to start writing for this. But like you start from
Because before
scratch.
you're doing dumb shit about your life, and you can do crowd work, and crowd work you can get along. If you can host well, you can do shows. So
I know. That's all I'm doing right now.
I guess I was
Zahra's
at the
an
time.
amazing host.
I guess I was tricking the audience a little bit, and I had like a dope 10 minutes that I just did forever. And I didn't know how to grow. And growing comes from bombing. Bombing's the best thing you could do as a comic.
It also makes you feel really shitty for
It does.
a long time.
But I swear to God, once you, and I don't give advice because everybody's path is different.
Yeah.
But once you accept bombing is a way of life, it's almost like just, playing sports and missing a shot. Even LeBron James misses shots.
Oh, of course.
He's still LeBron James. So once you accept and you get used to, once bombing doesn't matter anymore.
You don't take it personally. Like it's not a reflection of you.
of your talent.
Once it's like, hey, I had a bad game. Once you accept, I'm still dope. Once you accept that, once you can walk away from a bomb and go, oof, that sucks, and totally forget about it, you're better because you're just free to do whatever. But that takes years.
I still
for it to
hold
not be
that shit.
debilitating.
I hold it. I don't feel good about that room until I go back and do well. Like if I bomb in a room, I'm like, I gotta fucking figure this out.
That's good too.
So like for Crack 'em Up, the first time I went up, I didn't bomb, but like I did this joke and the audience like misinterpreted it as like racist.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I feel worse about people misinterpreting my jokes than any bomb that I've ever had.
Yeah.
And like, cause I want them to know who the fuck I am when I get off stage. And then I had to come back and do well before I felt good about Crack 'em Up again.
When did you get booked again?
I got booked again like within the rotation because like she knows me.
So you were
like,
feeling miserable for 3 months.
She knows
oh
that,
yeah,
bro.
for like 3 months I was like I need to get back in that room.
I was the same way too, but
Even then, the second when I went back, I did like okay.
Yeah.
It was until the third time that I did it that I was like, all right, I feel better.
Yeah.
Once you can take your regular personality right now and you can go into the stage and not think about it, that's how you know you're a comedian. I think.
Yeah,
But
you're trying to get
that takes
more
years,
yourself.
man. Take a couple of L's. L's are good. L's are really good.
You learn more from.
You learn more from a bomb.
Yeah.
But a lot
That's
of us,
for sure. It's more motivating.
it is.
for
You
me.
get people get so fucked up after they bomb, they want to quit, and they're just depressed, and you spend all that time not thinking about your set, what you could have did better.
I just try to get on stage as soon as possible. I'm like, fucking, I gotta get back up there. I gotta prove myself.
Have you guys ever wanted? I've never felt the desire to quit. Like even when it got.
Oh
like,
no, I was like, I'm never quitting this.
Oh
This
Jesus,
is terrible.
I've quit
Oh yeah.
15 times maybe.
Wait,
I've quit a
what?
lot. I've
But when
a
you
lot.
quit, like time number 14, you know you didn't really quit.
It's like being in a
Yeah.
relationship with this guy.
Like,
You're like,
gonna go
fuck.
back.
Yeah, it's
I
an
know I'm
abusive
still going
relationship.
back. I know I'm still going back. He treats me good sometimes. That's why I go back. But then when he's hard, he's terrible.
You know what it was? It's I had a really good life before comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I quit once a month. I
Yeah.
quit at least once a month because I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, this is.
Wait, really?
I was coming
Yeah.
out. I was coming out of college. I was like, I used to throw parties in my apartment and like everything, cookouts. But I was throwing parties. I had a great time. I was doing well out there socially, quote unquote. Everything was cheap. Money was good. I was a fun guy. I was Van Wilder pretty much.
Okay.
I was there too long. You know what I mean? And I had a great fucking party life to come out here to have no money, to be broke, to not really know what comedy was, to not. It just was it was the worst. It was like I don't need this shit. So I quit I quit maybe 4 times for like 2 months.
Yeah.
5
Like,
months.
took longer breaks.
I took long. I took like 4-month breaks, 5-month breaks. I
Yeah.
took a while.
Fuck,
So
that sounds awful.
yeah. It was depressing, man. Because I didn't know anybody here. It's just not good.
Pallavi's using comedy to medicate.
I can't like no. It's like I don't work out, but I assume it's the same as like going to the gym a bunch and then not going and then not getting those endorphins and then feeling like I feel physically gross when I don't get up in like 2 days.
Not to be nasty, like I wasn't having sex. I had no girls in my life. I don't know if you got whatever. I had nothing but my body.
You had no girls in comedy? Weird.
No. Listen, but those
strange.
But still, like
open micers don't get laid. Basically.
But it's the thing, you don't know how bad it is until you move out here.
Yeah.
This is like that thing where you like see like Seinfeld or whoever like talk about like when they first started and all the crazy shows you do, and then you're like on a like houseboat or like in a garage and like you're like, oh, like this is what they were talking about. Like these moments, like
comedy,
it's just a strange situation.
Yeah, a bowling alley, a laundromat, a strip club,
an orgy.
Like
this might not be popular to say. If I can go back, I would not be doing this shit. You guys would. No, I mean, it was such a hard time.
What would you do instead?
I don't know. If I
go straight into acting,
knowing what I know now, I don't know if I can go through that struggle again. People always say the struggle's worth.
You wouldn't want to relive the struggle.
I couldn't relive that,
and that's fair. But you don't regret that it happened.
No, I completely acknowledge it. But if it's like if I had to go back in time, I could see what it's going to be. I'd probably like, nah, I'll go do something else. I'll try. I don't think I would because it was just tough. I think it's different for girls because you guys always have you always have more or less something to fall back on as far as your family's never going to not take you back in.
What?
You know, your dad loves you.
Zara's literally disowned right now. Like,
but they love you at the end of the day.
Sure.
And girls have to live a certain lifestyle. You got to have a certain type of bathroom. You know, it just sucks. Somebody help you guys out.
I live in a treehouse, basically. Right?
But you could go get your degree at. You had a fall. You still have options.
Yeah, you're an aspiring PhD. Like you have something to fall back on.
I had a communications degree.
What the fuck does that even mean? I don't understand. I've never understood what
you
communications
could become
is.
a news anchor with that.
My vernacular isn't professional enough, but that was how it was. But this is.
He said vernacular.
This is everybody's story. That we all go through this. I'm not special, so.
I don't know.
Well,
but
I'm glad
we think you're special.
I'm glad you didn't know what was going to come because then you wouldn't have done it and then you would be here doing this podcast.
Oh, this shit's great now.
Yeah.
Comedy's amazing now.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's too good because that's why I'm so lazy.
But I
could be so much further if I came.
But it took you, like, you're at a very good place. I mean, you're on a TV show. You're an executive producer of Roast Battle on Comedy Central. Like, but at what point did you become like this version? Like, when did this success started happening?
I've been good for probably the last 4 years. I've been good on every level. Everything kind of. A year before Roast Battle stuff started moving, like a year before, like we did Adam Devine. I had some digital success, and then I did Adam Devine's house party on Comedy Central. And then after that, you can kind of like go to New York and get spots. You can kind of make money doing comedy. Yeah. And then eventually, we put Roast Battle out there, and then that shit blew up.
So what was that process like? How did you end up becoming one of the executive producers of Roast Battle?
I used to do open mic at the store, and what I would do, I would always come in late. I do shows. I would come in and just do like the last spot at the open mic, because the room would just be up there and the mic would be on. And I used to go up there. I used to rehearse by myself, because the mic would be on, and every day. And then eventually people found out about it, and then people start coming in and doing it too. Like, oh fuck. Then it became open mic, which is still cool. So I would do my shows, come and go last. And then one day, Kenny, what's his name? Kenny Lyon and Josh. I forget the kid with he speaks funny.
Nassar?
No, Josh. I forget. Whatever. They almost got to a fight because Josh is kind of an asshole and people don't like him. But they almost got to a fight, and then we were just like, somebody was like, "Yo, y'all, we don't fight. We roast. That's what we do. Roast each other, right?" And I'm like the more senior open micer. So I'm like, I'm gonna judge this shit. That gave me some kind of power. And so they started roasting each other, and I just started shitting on them, and other people came out with shit on them. So the show originally was just people would come up, and I would just shit on them when they would roast each other. And that became the show. And then we went back and we created a format like, yo, this could be something. And we put the judges in, and we had like Amy Hawthorne was the first judge, and Tony Hinchcliffe. And then it just became a format. And then next thing you know, it just became this open mic buzz thing. And then celebrities would be downstairs performing in the OR, and they would go, "Why the fuck is it so loud up there?" And they all started coming upstairs to see what the fuck was going on. And next thing you know, it was like we were killing OR. Like Chappelle's show, Chappelle was like, yo, if nobody's watching me. not like that, he's Chappelle, obviously, but he would be like, yo, why
are they screaming up there?
Like, somebody's killing and it's not me.
Yeah.
So how did it become bi-coastal? Was it LA first, or you said it was New York?
It was LA first, and then I moved to New York. Sometime I was going to move to New York for like 6 months. Well, what happened is, the show was popping up all over the country.
Yeah.
It was 15 roast battles within our first year.
Wow.
People would come to LA, see our show, or hear about it and create one in New Orleans. Started, and I was like, yo, we wanted to be like a belly room thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, everybody else making money off of our shit.
Yeah.
So we got to expand. And then we argued about that a couple of times. It was like, well, all right, I had to go to New York anyway for some shit. And so I was going to go start New York Roast Battle. And I went there. I was gonna be there for like a month, and then that shit just blew up even more.
Where did you start it? Is it the
Belly Room started?
Yeah, but in New York, where did you start it? Because there's a couple of roast battles going on.
We started at New York Comedy Club,
right?
And the Stand, they hold, so fuck them.
Yeah.
The Stand, I don't care. I got a lot of beef in the city. Every comic does. The Stand, we were negotiating to talk to both the New York Comedy Club and the Stand about doing it. I go to New York. I don't know if you know Emilio.
I know Emilio. He books me every time I'm back home.
He's just the coolest. He's the most energetic.
Shout out to Emilio.
He loves comedy. He's the best comedy club owner, one of the best in the country. No other club owners, please don't not book me because I said that. He's one of my favorites today. He just had the energy. He loved the show. He came to the show. We did New York Festival, the New York Comedy Festival. He came, he showed love, he gave us spots. He's like, this is what I want to do. He was like, because after you do a show like that, after a year, you kind of like, all right, whatever. It's like a lot of work. He had the same energy that we used to have
in the beginning.
We used to be like, yo, we're going to book this person and we're going to have this person back. It's going to be girl on girl. They used to date, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And after a while, it became like a lot of stress with network and it became a big thing. So he had that same energy. So I was like, yo, he's the guy to do it. And the New York Comedy Club was just raw. It felt like the Belly. It felt like the stepbrother to Big Dog, OR. You know what I'm saying?
It's a smaller room, but it gets crazy.
It felt like, and the stand is glossy. Yeah. They got a restaurant.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to do it with. It reminds me of the Belly. We did it there. The stand got mad. They created their own. It's not as good as ours. Obviously, everybody knows it. It's just like, but whatever. But they thought that creating another show would kill our show. It's like, no, people think we have beef.
Yeah.
So it makes our show hotter.
Yeah.
So I'm like, more whatever. And at the end of the day, I didn't invent roasting. I just created a format. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I get paid from all the roast battle shows in the country. I get paid from the Comedy Central.
You get
show.
Paid from the live shows.
I get paid from the live show. We have
from LA,
did you trademark
New York?
it?
No, I don't get paid for LA. We had Toronto, San Fran, Atlanta, New York, and one more. I think that's all of them. And we get paid from the Comedy Central one that comes on once in a while. So
and there's also one in the UK now too, right?
Yeah, we don't get paid for that.
How did you protect your brand though? Before.
So we're kind of going through this right now too, where we are really protective of facial recognition.
Yeah.
We think it's like a really good idea, and we're getting like approached and stuff, and that's something
we're also getting approached to like for people to like use our brand in a mocking way. Like
that was
facial,
one time.
Yeah. But like,
it's gonna be hard to find. You know what? 5 Indian girls? How many is it?
It's like 6.
We do 6 a show.
It's gonna be hard to find 6 Indian girls and try to recreate what you guys do. Well, it's hard. I answered. Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
It's just like the way we market and like the brand and stuff, like that idea of like putting the same type of person up, and so it's like we also are getting just approached by a lot of different people. So we're trying to figure out like how to expand and like how to protect our like brand and like.
Well, the best thing to do is you got to have like a groundswell, pretty much. You know, roast battle became like Bernie Sanders followers. He can't control that shit.
It's like grassroots.
Yeah. It's grassroots.
Expanded.
We were never like we were in the belly room on a 12 o'clock. The Comedy Store, they didn't even charge us for the room because they're like, we don't give a fuck what y'all do up there.
Yeah.
And then we were doing open mics. So open micers were coming. We didn't have any names. I was the biggest name in the room, which isn't saying much. So it was like open micers, and it was kids who just would come, who started comedy. It was a place to hang and meet. It was just like the hang.
Yeah.
And that energy, and it was a word of mouth thing. We didn't promote. I specifically said no promotion. We tweet once on Monday. That's it.
Wow.
We don't tell nobody to line up. And so it's like an exclusive club.
Yeah.
And then
cool.
We would over promote, that way it would sell out every week, so people couldn't get in.
Promote through advertising?
No, like we would close the doors at a certain time. So the only thing better than a hot show is a hot show you heard about you can't get into.
That's what somebody else advised us.
That's
about.
what we're hearing.
Yeah.
That's what we might try to do that with facial rec.
So we knew the belly. We knew the belly would only fit a certain amount of people. So we would tell people, when we do Twitter, it would be like, I'm giving you all the secrets. It would be like, yo, show at 12 o'clock. Well, we tell everybody to get there by 10. So show up at 12, you can't get in. You're like, oh, I missed the motherfucker. And then it was this hot show. And then the Jeff Rosses, the Sarah Silvermans, the Dave Chappelle's.
They would come in.
Then when they came, it's like, then we had to do shit. No, we stopped promoting. And now you know where to be at Tuesday night. At the Bell, you know where to be at Thursday night in New York. And New York was even crazy because New York, the LA show already had the heat. So New York, I remember I was going to do like a run show. And that run show, our first 12 shows sold out. That first show in New York, it was like, and I had never done the show in New York. I didn't even know the comics who were performing on it. And I showed up. It was like, who are these people here for? Was the show just letting out? Like, nah, they here for roast battle. And I was like, God damn. And then that's when Comedy Central found out LA roast battle and New York were both popping. He's like, we got to get a piece of that. So.
Yeah, we've had people from across the country like send us the flyer and be like in like Austin and like other places of our like facial rec stuff.
I think you guys don't understand the power you guys have with your brand, because you got to think about it's like a forgotten community.
It is. In Hollywood, it is. In Hollywood, it's just like, oh, we need a token brown person.
Ambiguous.
But think about it. You have Aziz, you have Russ, who's on a whole nother level. You have Kumail's Pakistani, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, they're all in the same box.
Yeah.
Mindy. But Mindy's already bing. So there is no person of you guys' age range who's there.
Hassan's doing it.
Well, Hassan's a guy. I'm saying for women.
For women.
So Mindy's already in a different stratosphere.
Aparna. She has shine.
But she's still not far from you guys as far as recognition. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is she just like, even if she was somehow could shine a little bit, but 6 Indian, are you all Desi?
Desi, yeah.
Yes. South Asian.
You got to stand, if you go to Texas, you guys could probably sell up now. You just don't know it. You can go
Texas
to,
has
you can go to, you can,
Houston.
I want to go, you guys.
You guys can go to Calgary, Toronto. You can go to New York.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to take notes.
People who look like
listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Girls.
I don't listen to this shit.
Girls who look like, think about it. Younger girls who want to hear comedy. Who are they watching?
Nobody.
Who are they?
Mindy, maybe.
Mindy,
who has no other brown people on her shows.
Well, I think that's.
Well, look, I like Drake, but I still want to hear Kendrick. There's no other.
Yeah,
there's nothing else. So literally, if you can't watch her, and she's coming out once a year, she had a movie.
Yeah.
There is no competition in this field. So you guys can kind of sew that up if you figure out how to make it work for yourself in different cities. When you promote.
Yeah.
What I would do is, if I were you, I would find out cities who have the biggest Indian college populations of Indian women, and guys too, whatever. And you go to these places that have these schools, and you know how many Indian culture college societies there are. Student association. You guys could run through that shit. And even if your show sucks, they're gonna come see you because you look like them.
Our people like to be organized.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come see you because you look like them.
I mean, because there's no, like, growing up, there was no model for this type of career.
Yeah.
There was Apu.
Yeah, we had Apu. Thanks.
There was Princess Jasmine.
There was Princess Jasmine.
They're all animated. Why are they all animated?
And you got to think about what you guys are talking about, which I know culturally, some people might look down upon the way you guys speak in your culture. Those girls in college, you're saying what we want to say.
Yeah.
So you're speaking for them. It's like the same way black women have always had an opinion, but with Issa's show Insecure, she's speaking for them. That's the black Sex in the City. She's saying the shit they say, the slang, the words, they speak through her. So I think you guys have it's a huge community of young girls who want to hear what you guys have to say. You can
hear
that. Unrepresented.
Listeners, we're marketable.
At least.
You got to figure out how to brand
Indian
it.
student associations across the country, hit us up. We'll come to your town.
Talking New York comics, man. My Indian New York comics, them motherfuckers, Akash. He go to every college and kill those Indians, getting paid stupid money.
Alingan, Mitra, Akash, Tushar Singh.
Alingan, they have what do they call it?
They have the American-born confused Desi. That's her show, ABCD.
That's a common term.
Yeah,
I did that show out. They had me as the token black guy on their show at Caroline's one time. Yeah. But man, you gotta find your marketing.
Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, these are all like ideas we've had, but again, it's like us three, and we're kind of like the beginning phases of it.
Yeah,
but it's good to have this like cosign.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
We're figuring it out.
All right. back to Rell.
No, I don't care. Whatever. Nobody
You
cares
can
about
yell
me.
at us on our podcast.
Yeah,
it's fine.
we appreciate
Yeah, I'm gonna
that.
yell at you for it.
It's like halftime with the coach. It's
Yeah.
like, you gotta get out there. You gotta do.
Well, no, because I remember I first saw you guys, what you guys were doing. I was like, okay, that's smart. Remember, I think it was an Instagram
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I see it. That can work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to kind of find a niche. I'm sorry, and then you can kind of spread out and do.
Yeah.
Roast Battle. I never intended to be. Roast Battle was always a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't even the host. I was just created. I just needed it to get me enough heat, quote unquote, because this whole industry is heat. You got to get heat first.
Yeah.
Before you get a manager agent is heat. I needed the heat of that to get me to the next level.
Yeah.
Like Superior Donuts, the heat of this hopefully will get me to the next level, and you just keep building on that.
What do you hope? What do you hope the next level is for you?
I'm on a TV show now, which is great, and eventually you wanna. I'm like number 7 or 8. You wanna
Yeah.
lead your own thing and do a project that is more. I'm doing right now actually, but
7
you wanna
or 8 on the call sheet.
huh?
7 or 8 on the call
7 or 8
sheet.
in the call sheet.
Yeah.
You want to do something that's your voice.
Yeah.
I got no problem being on the show, but you want to do something that's like, what is Fizaa, like? What do you think?
Yeah.
And express that out. So we're doing that right now, actually, and I think Superior Donuts is responsible for that. So everything is a building process.
That's dope.
And then you guys get your tour going, and you guys can hate each other in a couple of years and break up and say, I fuck this bitch, and you guys have
And
your
then
own.
in 10
don't
years
say
we'll
that.
do like a
Such high-
reunion tour.
and then 10 years you do a reunion tour.
Yeah, we'll have to have fake beef with each other. We'll have to have
then,
like a big old breakdown.
And then one of you guys doesn't show up for a date on the road, and then you beef again.
That'll be Zahra. She'll be the diva. It'll be very.
Zahra,
unfair.
like, fucking
Why does
hoes.
everyone think I'm the diva?
I
don't think I am.
One of you guys will get married. It's like she's always with her fucking kids, and then
Ew, who's gonna get married?
But you'll all be rich, so it
Me?
won't matter. One of you guys. I don't know.
Zahra will get
Zahra's
married.
with her
Oh my
kids,
God,
yeah.
guys! I can be a normal person and do this too.
So you're the diva and the one that will.
I'm not a diva.
You're the
I mean, you did come late to
you're
your
the
own
posh
podcast.
spice. She's the
Sorry.
posh spice.
She's the posh.
She's the posh spice.
What does that mean?
Fizaa is baby.
All right.
Play more.
Baby.
Because you got the pigtails.
Oh,
going on.
okay.
You got
Yeah.
the pigtails. Which one am I? I was always scary. But I mean, I grew up in Utah. I had to be scary.
Yeah.
I was the darkest skin tone. That's like the minority mentality. Is when you have to be scary spice.
All right.
I'm with it.
Back to Rell. Did we cover the twin? We wanted to talk
Yeah,
about
you
your twin.
got an
It's not-
identical
that's not-
twin.
that's not interesting.
It's
What is
not
it-
interesting
okay,
at
what-
all.
It's just a twin. It's like a brother. He's like a big brother. It's not like a twin at all.
But you guys are
He
like
acts
identical.
like a big brother.
Huh?
He acts.
We
like
just
a big-
kind of take those roles. He just did everything first, and I was like, all right, cool.
I see how
I didn't have that kind of competitive nature. Like, all right.
But I think, it's something you grew up with, so it's not really novel. But like,
Yeah.
when I went to your birthday, I didn't know you had a twin brother.
At my house?
Yeah.
You came through?
I slid through a little bit, but it was.
Thanks for coming through.
Thanks
She was
for
crazy.
having
She was
me.
crazy, wasn't
It
We
was
were also
off the
there.
chain.
Were you there?
No,
Okay.
I wasn't invited.
I wasn't invited.
Zahra
I just-
loves to party, so next
yeah,
time you
Invite
have
me to your.
Oh, you know,
party.
I didn't. All I did was I put up an Instagram post.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Okay.
Zahra loves to
I
party.
know how to get the people in there. I don't really do the promotion. I just,
Yeah.
He just sent out
So-
one tweet at midnight on a Monday.
and it worked.
Now that's like a weekly thing. You have
Yeah.
weekly parties. So I didn't know you had a twin.
Yeah.
And I was confused. So that was pretty jarring for me.
Did
And
you
then
say hello to him, and he was like, "Oh,
he was just like, "Who's this bitch?"
I mean, at least the happy birthday was accurate, if you wished.
that's a good point. That's a good point."
I
Did you
thought
guys-
already, maybe that's why he was looking at me sideways because he was like, "Why didn't she wish me happy birthday?" I thought I did.
No, Terrence's son really fucking. Yeah, he doesn't like. We don't. It's like Big Brother, Little Brother. It feels more like that than anything.
What does he do?
He's into real estate.
Damn, that's like the
he's
default
got a
job for
normal
men,
job.
just like
Well,
nurses for women.
Atlanta
Guys
is so
are all
easy.
real
He's in Atlanta.
estate.
Atlanta is just so easy to do it there. So
Yeah.
Did you all ever play the twin game? Did you try to fool other people into mistaking your identities?
like women.
Women,
Okay,
school.
That would be sexual assault. No.
Women's school,
we did a
parents.
couple. We did before. He was better at math. I was better at writing English. So we did stuff like that. But nothing you can't.
You all took each other's
Statute of
tests and stuff?
limitations, college. You can't do nothing now. It's been years.
He gets you're off of Superior Donuts because you cheated in college.
Exactly.
They're like, we're gonna tell CBS. Man.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your favorite Desi celebrity? Your favorite South Asian celebrity?
This is my question. It's like what? That's my question for later. It's not all that. It's like
So Desi means Desh means like home, and Desi means like from home. So it encompasses like basically all the like all the South Asian people. So it's like Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Sri Lanka. So Desi is more all encompassing.
Oh, but because India has its own sect too, it's like Desi and
India is if you are Indian, you are Desi. If you're Pakistani, you are Desi.
Now, is this something that's only used in the U.S. or is it around the world?
It's around the world.
Desi, yeah,
I've heard it in the UK.
Yeah, everybody's used it. Okay. But so South Asian and Desi are kind of like they're interchangeable, basically.
Yeah.
But what's Punjab?
That's a state in India.
That's a state in India.
And Pakistan.
But that isn't like a people like Desi is.
That's no. So
There was a lot of
within
tribes
Desi, there's like the different.
Hey, that's my question.
Yeah.
That's a question.
So
It's not a dumb question. That's a pretty good question.
The best analogy I
need
can
a
give
Venn
to you
diagram.
is that like compared to the Jewish community where they sort of stayed within their community
Ashkenazi and Sephardic.
Yeah, so there are a lot of Gujarati people would marry Gujarati people. And
So yeah, like
so on and
it's
so
all it's
forth.
all very tribal. So like that's why there's so many different languages, so many different like cultural traditions and everything. Is because like they're all these and India and Pakistan, like there are crossovers of like ethnicity and stuff because it's just like state, like it's like boundaries
And that's why
drawn.
y'all beef.
Yeah.
And that's why
My favorite, I was a big fan of Frida Pinto.
Oh yeah.
Because my ex looks just like her, so I think that's why I dated
With the
her.
unibrow and everything?
No, no, she looks like Frida. She's
Frida Pinto.
she was I thought she was Frida.
Frida, the other. I have Frida Kahlo. Sorry, I'm getting my Fridas mixed
No,
up.
not Frida Kahlo.
Sorry.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Sorry, yeah, Frida Pinto. Okay.
My
got
ex looks just like her, so I think that's part of the reason. Not
Your
part of the
ex
reason.
your ex was Indian?
Yeah, she was Indian. Well, she was from
He's down with the culture.
where did any people go in Latin America?
Trinidad, Tobago.
No, she went to
Suriname.
Brazil?
No,
West.
There's one more.
huge Indian community in Latin America.
It's
Trinidad, Tobago.
no,
Yeah,
there's
that's
one
what I'm
more.
thinking.
It's in South America.
I forgot. She's gonna be mad at me if she hears this.
It's not Suriname. There's one more, and I can't believe
I forgot.
Huge
But
Indian population, South America.
But yeah. But anyway, so I guess I gotta say Frida. If I
Frida
dated-
Pinto.
I guess I gotta say Frida if I dated a girl that looks like Frida. That looks like Frida.
What happened? Did you meet her family and stuff?
Yeah. No, I meant like when she got blonde right there.
Guyana.
Ooh, she's pretty.
Guyana.
Guyana. She's Guyanese. She's Guyanese.
That's okay.
So I gotta say Frida, I guess, because I dated a girl that looked like
Got it. It's your type. You got a type.
Is that my type?
I don't know. Is it your type or is it just one of the
I dated
types?
kind of everything.
Yeah, across the board.
I dated kind of. I've had to. I've traveled. I've dated across.
He's traveled within Los Angeles. He's traveled to all the
I dated
countries.
everything.
They have a diverse array.
Yeah. So.
Well, and everything,
every area code.
everything exists in LA. Like you can.
Yes,
it's
it's
so
true.
diverse. You can.
She's from DC though.
Oh, okay.
She's from DC.
You met and found her in DC.
She came out here. I visited her, my little sister, like my friend, little sister, and we
You
met.
date your little sister's friends?
She's like, like
There's no
You know, how
boundaries
you call,
there?
you guys call your good friend your brother.
Yeah.
Your little. That's what Akash told me. I learned everything from Akash. She's like my sister who I grew up with. She's like my real sister,
Yeah.
and it's like her friend, and we started dating
Oh, okay.
like that. So it's
Got it.
not weird.
Wait,
creepy.
do you guys have types?
Me?
Yeah, both of you.
No. I really don't have a type. Everything.
Everything.
No, I just.
She hungry.
I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. There's like,
Yeah.
if there was a lineup of exes, you'd be very confused.
I dated like white nerds because that's what I was around the whole
Yeah.
time. And then now I just don't know what my type is anymore because I'm like, oh, there are other people. Great. Thank you.
But we're in LA. We have options. Like people like in Utah, you kind of have. You don't have as many options. there.
It's like, but I think that part of the reason I started, like I was dating so many white dudes was because in Utah they were all Mormon and I couldn't date the dudes that I had crushes on because I wasn't Mormon. So it was like forbidden fruit. So then I just started dating all these white guys and then I was like, why am I dating all these white? And it's like also like at my like tech and nerd schools, it was like white dudes and Asian dudes and then like nothing else. There was literally like fewer black dudes at my undergrad than there were dorms. So there's like an average of like almost one per dorm.
That's good.
Or black people in general.
Yeah, we not really looking to go to Utah.
No, I went to
Too often.
Caltech for undergrad.
The Caltech brothers aren't at Caltech?
Huh?
There are brothers at Caltech?
There were like a few. There were like a handful. But then when I went to Carnegie Mellon, I was on like I was in the Black Student Association and
We
stuff for the
just
dance
kind of
team.
adopt you. Like, come on.
Well, I was on their hip hop team and their,
word?
like step team and
They
stuff.
have a great
yeah.
step team at Carnegie Mellon.
It wasn't like the frat. It was just like it's the Black Student
They
Association
compete.
team.
That's news.
They're competitive.
Yeah.
They compete.
Yeah,
I know you follow college step teams.
I I tried out for the step team in high school.
Did you really?
I did.
Did you?
And the sisters rejected you?
They rejected me.
Did you
But they were
dance?
still nice to me. I danced for like 8 years.
But doing
Dang.
Just like hip hop, jazz.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the Bhangra team too.
Oh, cool.
Nobody knows.
The what?
I did.
Oh, there's a Punjabi dance.
Oh, yeah,
style
yeah,
called
yeah, yeah,
Bhangra.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
the fun, high energy.
Yeah,
one.
it's the one that they talk about when you kick the dog and, screw the
Yeah,
light bulb.
I know
That
you're talking
one.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 that's.
But I think I was only on it because I was like the smallest person and it's
They
like
could
easy for
flip you and
stunts. They
throw
could just
you
like
and shit.
flip me across stages,
Yeah.
like put me up and do the
You were a prop.
I was definitely a prop.
my God.
I was on the Bhangra team because
A
I was
very
good prop.
vital prop.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Zara?
5'1".
She's
What?
5'4".
I'm a small
Own it.
person. I'm 5'1".
Nothing's wrong with being 5'1".
I'm a small person.
It would just be funny when people would confuse us because I'm 5'7".
Yeah, it doesn't make any
People
sense. I'm
people
5'8".
confuse us?
taller.
I've been called both of their names.
yeah.
Well, that's fine. I get Jamar and Ian Edwards, so it happens.
Yeah.
But you cut your hair, that must help.
That helps a little
Yeah.
bit. But what's crazy is now when people recognize me, that people that don't know me that well, and they're like, "You had long hair before," I give them extra points. I'm like, "You fucking remembered my face."
Yeah, when you had the long hair, people like, and I would like go to an open mic that I hadn't been at before. They'd be like, "Oh, Pallavi," I'm like, "No."
Yeah, it doesn't make any
so
sense.
You guys for that?
And then us
That's
two,
why we started Facial Rec.
yeah, with us. Two,
Oh, okay.
us two. Even when that meme came out and it went viral. And she got like was it like Dear White People or something? One of them. This guy came up to me like, "Hey, Fizaa, congrats on Dear White People. I love the meme you guys made too." And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll let her know.
Yeah.
Zara's I'm half a foot taller. Like,
We
that's
both are.
wild.
Like I have no idea.
But okay, so to be, I guess, in defense of them online, you can't see how tall people are.
Also, in defense of them, I mix other people up all the time. I'm working against our brand too. I'm hella racist.
And in that facial recognition guide,
I don't know none of y'all names. I'm that in.
we all do look kind of the same. I kind of chose pictures.
it's pretty
to
funny.
emphasize
You did. I didn't want to. You did. You did
Yeah.
post pictures that were kind of.
it's also because we all have great eyebrows.
Yeah, I was thinking that
It's,
too.
We have great
we have the same eyebrows, actually.
we have the same eyebrow.
It's probably only 6 Desi comics, female comics.
No, there are
Yeah,
more. We
yeah,
have
like-
we
Oh,
know
some
a lot.
girls didn't make the cut.
No, we book
so-
different lineups every month.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we know people in New York, we know people in SF.
No, I'm saying who's in LA.
So it's us right now. Suba's here, Monrock,
Jen Jolly.
Karen,
Karen.
Jen Jolly. There were like a couple others that like come through sometimes. Meghana comes down from SF. Sereni
I don't
comes
know
down from
Meghana.
SF.
In New York, there's Carmen Naidu.
yeah.
Sonia
Shout out to
Vi.
Carmen. Sonia Vi.
I
Aparna
know Sonya. I know Aparna.
in between.
Okay.
But yeah, so there are a bunch, and we look for people too. Like we scout and stuff, and see if like they match the vibe of the show and everything. And
So if you come across anyone, let us know.
Yeah.
Desi girls.
Seriously, any good ones.
Desi
Any good
girls.
ones.
I know
They
you
can
guys.
be on
I
our
don't know.
show.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
We're always looking.
So, did we answer your question about the whole Desi thing? Desi is kind of like everybody.
Desi and South Asian are synonymous.
I have a question. It's
basically.
not I have a really good question though. This isn't a dumb question.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain the beef to me about Kashmir? Is it just like Gaza Strip?
Oh,
yeah.
Kashmir, yeah.
Kashmir, yeah.
Kashmir.
It's in
I'm sorry.
between.
No, you're
it's
fine.
in between Pakistan and India.
So it's land.
fought over.
It's land.
It's
So
land.
it's just like it's Gaza Strip.
It's
Same
Gaza
thing.
Strip.
Same
Basically.
beef.
Basically,
people, yeah.
Religious and what else?
It's not so much religious
It
because
is though because
Pakistan and India,
Pakistan and India. So like
very
basically when
religious.
Indian independence happened, I guess Gandhi like gave or however people want to phrase it, Muslims their own country, which is Pakistan, and so there was
Wait, Gandhi gave Muslims their own country?
he was like
he was
like
a pivotal part of like the whole like the British divide and how
Yeah.
they divided up the nations. So when they divided it up, there was so the India became like the Hindu land, Pakistan became the Muslim land,
and there was a great migration between the two. And
Yeah.
like during that time, Muslims went to Pakistan, Hindus went to India. That's where my grandfather like came through, and millions of people died
Yeah.
on the way.
Yeah. So
they were
that's
like
why-
murdering each other.
That's why it is inherently about religion, just because that's how the land
So
was
Hindi
divided.
and Muslim beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindu and Muslim
Yeah.
Muslim
beef.
beef.
But
Yes.
what's cool is that with the diaspora, like all of us here, like Hindu, Muslim, however we
They don't
were
care
raised.
because
yeah,
we don't care.
We're just
Yeah.
happy.
But
to
like-
see
but-
someone
But let me
look-
ask you:
but
are you Hindi or are you?
I was raised Muslim.
Hindi is a
What's-
language.
Yeah.
Hindi is
I'm
a
sorry.
language.
Are you-
Hindu Hindu is a person of
So
Hindu.
could you were raised Muslim?
I was.
Could you bring a Hindu boy, Hindu
Hindu.
boy home?
could I bring a boy home? That's the question.
Even if you were grown and had
Better than a girl.
I still haven't, and I'm a grown ass woman.
But could you, if you were ready to do that, your parents were happy for you to do that, could you bring a boy that's a...
Shit would be talked.
Yeah.
It would be. It's not preferable.
Yeah.
It's not.
It would be a problem.
The other thing that I want to make clear is there was a time at where like the prime minister, president, and the other third person in India, the three major political positions were filled by a Hindu, a Muslim, and a Christian. So there is like a diversity of religion within India, and like an ability for that largest democracy to have people in power that are of like completely different religions. But simultaneously, it's like you can't like when people date, like there are people in my family that have dated Muslims, and like there's no reason but the parents hate the kid.
Okay, I'll say this: like going back to, or I'm not going back, but like at this point, my parents would just be happy if I brought home a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wear them down first. You gotta lower those standards.
They just really.
But could you? What if you like? Say you had like a family event? Would that be tough?
I just go solo.
You wouldn't take him?
I brought a Jewish
guy you
boy
want to marry?
Oh yeah, if we're married, yeah.
I brought a Jewish boy to a family wedding, and that never happens. I'm like the rebellious
But
one.
you're definitely a rebel. Like I wouldn't do that. Like I conformed for a long time,
Are
and
you
I never
Muslim?
do.
No, my family's
Hindu.
we're like Hindu, but my family's really atheist. Like
So would they care if he was Jewish?
no, so like they don't. That's the thing. My parents are like they're the rebellious ones of their family because they moved here. They moved here, but I forget that they're Indian. So like I do all this shit, and I'm like, you guys get it, and they're like, we don't quite get
We don't go
it.
that. We're first generation. You're first generation.
Yeah.
But you couldn't bring home a Muslim kid.
No, my parents. So my parents are very like
She's
strict
Muslim.
You couldn't
Pakistanis.
you couldn't bring home a Hindu boy.
No, because they're very conservative. Like that would be another reason they would disown me. But you know,
My parents,
I've already been
But
disowned.
my
so,
parents, when they told us, like, rationally speaking, they're like, we brought you to, we came to this country, we had you in this country. Statistically speaking, you're probably not going to bring home like a Hindu Indian boy. They like, I think would prefer it because they would understand the culture and everything. But they're like, we get it, and they've known like some of my boyfriends. Like I brought them on like I brought my ex to like Bali for my cousin's wedding, which no one in my extended family would ever do. Like you don't
do gangster shit.
That's pretty revolutionary.
I thought bringing a white girl home was tough.
Culture,
No. Like, but like in my extended family, you like hide that shit until you're like basically engaged or married.
I'm pregnant. What are you gonna do?
No, my cousin. So there's like a couple rebellious females in my family. My cousin got pregnant without getting married, had the kid, and like everybody was talking about it. Meanwhile, she like had this kid when she's like 37 and financially stable and in a long-term relationship, but she just didn't want to get married. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, she's unwed and pregnant." It's like at 35.
Yeah.
like what?
So the beef is over land and
Kashmir,
Kashmir,
yeah.
and it's half of it is Indian, half of it is Pakistani.
It's just a border, and people like
It's just
fight
a
over
border.
it.
Yeah.
It's
They're
like
still-
there are guards there. They're like traditional like changing of the guards type thing. My parents just went and like saw this whole thing.
So are there Hindu terrorists who go over and
Yeah, there's a lot of
like
violence
fighting between it. There's also fighting in Sri Lanka from
on both sides.
like
who's fighting in Sri Lanka?
my people
between
over
the
what?
South Indians
Tamil
and the
and the Sri Lankan.
okay.
What's their beef?
It's another political thing. Like so when the way that Tamils were treated and treated the other Sri Lankan people. I don't know the whole, but there's a thing called the Tamil Tigers, which are like a terrorist organization. So I went and visited Sri Lanka, and everybody was like, "Don't speak in Tamil." My dad didn't come with us. And stuff. So it's like it's like that. I don't think it was that bad, but like they were just like, be careful about what you say and stuff, just because there is like everybody's fighting over stupid shit. I don't care.
Fighting over land. It's land.
It's land.
And it's like
political power.
It's political power, but it's always like strategic land, right?
Yeah.
Like if one takes over the other, like Kashmir is like in the middle of like Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, Russia. Like
So it's a good spot
If you
Sweet
claim
spot.
that, if that's your land,
spot.
then you basically have all like control of your stronger borders and all.
Do you know
And both
what's
sides
crazy?
have nukes, right?
Yeah.
India and Pakistan both have nukes.
And
yeah.
but what's crazy is that
Yeah, good to know.
a lot of people like feel so India is the largest democracy in the world, right? Just because of sheer population. But a lot
you
of
guys fuck a lot,
Yeah.
even though no one talks about it.
Hey, hear that? Hey.
Over 1 billion people.
Yo, we be fucking.
They have
why do our parents?
Because they're like, oh, Indians be fucking.
Yeah,
too much.
I think
All
that's
of
what
us
happened.
who don't
Them
fucking
freaks
read.
over
It's
there.
the Kama Sutra. They had the Kama
You guys
Sutra.
did fit the comments. That's true.
They had the Kama Sutra. We're like, all right, the religious were like, we got to get the
our
fuck out of
parents
here.
be that conservative if they be fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, no.
Because when you get, but they're married, most of them, right?
yeah.
I guess so.
So you're gonna fuck when you're married.
I guess, sure.
Correct?
I've heard the opposite, that you don't fuck when you're married.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Your marital duties. That's
But yeah,
a horrible way to put it. Duties.
There's, yeah, it's supposed to be fun. But there's, I was gonna say that there's like this thing that like
I'm learning so much.
Indian,
One
like
question turned into a dissertation.
Indian families have this, at least in the U.S. Like when I've like heard people talk about it, they have this like chip on their shoulder because the U.S. like supports Pakistan because like during all of the like after 9/11 and everything when they were searching for people, Pakistan worked with them.
Yeah.
But like
Because
like
Pakistan was also harboring the terrorists.
Yeah,
You know?
they
but
killed Bin Laden in
yeah, but, so they were strategically involved in, and so they
Yeah.
could like help the U.S. out and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was strategic to work with them. But then like because of that, like Indians were like, you should be supporting India, like we're the democracy, like there. So there's all
But
those
doesn't
like
America fuck with India too?
yeah, they do, but it was just
India
like
doesn't need the help as much.
They don't need the help. Yeah.
Because
Right,
the
but
terrorists are in the caves.
Last time
of
I checked,
Pakistan.
American Indians usually are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know any poor
I
Indian.
think we're the richest minority. I
yeah,
think, right?
yeah.
They
But I'm saying there's like
you guys are cool.
but I'm saying like people have like a chip on their shoulder about how like other, even when you leave India and you come and you like assimilate and everything, they're just like, oh, you guys are helping Pakistan like more than us. Like it's this weird like sibling rivalry type thing even when people leave. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, Zahra, have you been to Pakistan? Because I feel like I'd be a little scared to go.
I've been like 5 or 6 times. The last time I went was summer of 2014, and it like drastically changed my life.
Oh, really?
And I think
a
right
good way
after
or
that,
bad way?
well, like it's just I stopped giving a fuck about like all the bullshit, like
Yeah.
the superficial bullshit of life. You know,
Yay.
like that's when I got into comedy and all of that because
We
I'm
can
like.
tell. Okay, I'm just talking shit. I don't
No,
know.
but it's like when I went there, I went in the city of Karachi, which is like a 20 million. It's like our
Big city.
version of New York, the Pakistani version of New York. It's a port city, 20 million people, and
In Karachi.
it was locked down because there was one of like the political leaders there who also has like a stronghold of goons around the city. He was exiled decades ago, and he was arrested in the UK for fraud and embezzlement. So basically, because of him and being arrested, the entire city of Karachi was shut down.
And because of
why.
that, Zahra became a
Because
comedian.
it's like a mob, and they sent people around. He sent his goons around the city, like holding businesses up at gunpoint, like shut it down.
The turmoil there is just outrageous.
Like when because like what's your boy name and the drug dealer, big popular one from Colombia.
Oh, Pablo Escobar?
Pablo.
Yeah.
Why'd you call him my boy? He keeps turning to
Everybody's
me.
boy.
When he got
Turn to me
when
for
he
all
was-
the South American
when
questions.
the government was trying to arrest him, he would send his people just blow up shit
Yeah.
to get the
Basically.
government to fall back or
Yeah,
whatever. So that's how much he
Basically.
did.
So that happened leading up to my cousin's wedding. So, and my uncle, he owns like businesses around the city.
you
so we
got
had to
paper. Don't be shy.
No, I mean, my uncle has paper. But like, anyway, so he had to shut down all of his businesses. This was affecting the wedding. And then right after the wedding was over, the Taliban attacked the airport.
Oh wow.
And then we were supposed to leave the next day. We left 2 days after they said they opened up the airport again. Like we caught everyone. And right after we took off, the second attack on the airport happened.
Oh,
my
So the
God.
Taliban was like walking around amongst us. Like if we were delayed for any reason, we could have been held hostage.
What, are they still active in Pakistan?
Yeah, everyone's active in Pakistan. They're hiding out in caves.
What you
They're
mean
like-
everybody? So most terrorists are in Pakistan.
I swear to God,
Every group is in terror.
wild.
Al Qaeda, Taliban,
Al-Qaeda, Taliban,
ISIS.
ISIS is in India. Like,
ISIS is
they're like
everywhere.
advertising all over
Why is
India.
Pakistan like the
put up billboards.
Why is that the club?
That's the gateway.
Because okay, so Pakistan has China in the north, Afghanistan, Iran in the
Super
on one
conservative.
side, India, like it's like a lot of countries border it, and there's like the northwest province, which is basically caves and mountains and tribal people. So there's just like a lot of land that's like uncovered and unprotected.
It's a great place for
It's a great-
terrorists to kind of chill.
Yeah, to herd, to hide, and
It's like the comedy store of terrorism.
Okay.
So
All types of bullshit.
Great
And
hangout.
It's hard to have a war in mountains.
Yeah, and so it's hard to have a war in mountains. They just they flourished over there
That's why
and they took it
Switzerland
over.
is such a safe place to put your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's just
Interesting.
yeah. So that was my last trip to Pakistan, and I'm like, I'm never coming back here again.
You will Eventually,
I mean,
later.
if it's ever politically stable,
It's off the chain right now.
I don't know. But also, it's like Pakistan was created in 1947. How
What was it
fucked up
before?
was this country?
That's when
it was all
India
part of India.
That was when the independence
Oh,
happened.
Pakistan was part of India.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was all-
Pakistan and Bangladesh
shit.
were part of
Yeah.
Bangladesh too.
yeah.
Sri
So
Lanka.
that's the British.
All that shit is new.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Get the fuck outta
That's
here.
why. That's why the Brits had hold on it until then.
Bitch had a hold on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't exactly come here by choice. I don't know if you heard.
that you goddamn Brits.
My last name is Battle. That's not an African name.
No, but it's like what happened, right?
Battle.
Everything's been
Battle?
a battle.
That's not a black name. Interesting. So all
yeah.
that was.
Yeah, so that and so like
So
it's,
what is the actual?
it's a new country, right? Like what state of turmoil was America in like 80 years in,
Yeah,
you know?
we were going through a civil
so
war.
culturally, it's not new, but the political
The infrastructure,
and
all
they're
of that.
even in India now, like states are like splitting and they're trying to like
Yeah.
be more divided and stuff. And there are things that are happening like in India. There's so many.
2 billion people. You guys can afford to break up some shit. It's a lot of people there. I can't.
Excuse me, it's only like 1.3 billion. Like,
I'm sorry.
let's not get ahead of
Getting there.
ourselves.
Yeah, but
Getting there.
it expands exponentially.
Yeah.
So right now it's actually 2 billion.
Is it
Oh,
actually?
wait, now it's 4 billion.
Yeah, that's a lot of opinions to have.
Fucking
1.3.
Because, so people are saying because there's all this like modernization in India with this like middle class workforce and stuff and like all the call centers and everything, like women are actually believing in birth control now. And
Yay.
they're, you know,
the birth control stuff is like
Yeah.
is more effective.
they're getting
now.
abortions.
But
like it's all
That's
happening,
why
guys.
it's
there was-
1.2 billion.
And
Yeah.
the divorces are happening. They take
Yeah.
10 years in court, but they're happening.
Take 10 years. God, we can get
yeah.
back together by then.
Work out our
Jesus.
differences.
Right. So it's about some people want to be more conservative.
Yeah.
But also
Muslim culture, and some
Yeah.
people want to be more like the West. That's what the beef is over there within Pakistan.
Within Pakistan, I think, yeah, it's like old school fundamental, like just like a drastic fundamental view
Sharia
of the
law.
Sharia law version of the Quran.
Okay.
And then you have like the major cities where people are like advancing,
Like,
but they still
nah.
have this old school mentality.
So it's old versus new fighting.
Yeah, it's kind of old versus new fighting. It's also like modernization versus not. You know,
So they wanna
it's also like preserving the culture because
Yeah.
like as I was saying, like within India, there's so many different languages and stuff. And
Yeah.
there was a time where they wanted to make like Hindi the one language, and then Tamils, which is what I'm half of, like they were like, fuck that, you're not making that the language of our state. And so because of that, like states are splitting.
I get it.
They were like the British tried to like bring us together, and they kind of did like through just teaching us English basically.
Yeah.
But
So
then
even-
other than that, it's like totally different peoples.
So even little girls going to school, it was considered.
in certain areas of
Areas.
Pakistan. But the thing is, Pakistan exists because of religion. Right? Like
Okay.
that's why it's like
Yeah.
the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Like that's what the country exists. So this is what differentiates us
And they
from
feel like they're trying
India.
to push religion
Yeah.
out, kind of.
So no, they're not trying to push religion out. They're just like this is our
But do
religion.
those people, do the more conservative people, feel like they're trying to push it out?
They're trying to hold on to
They're
things.
trying to hold on to like the old school ways,
Yeah.
and I feel like the rest of Pakistan is like, all right, we need to educate the women because that's more economical. Like, it's a known fact if you educate women up to the age of 12, the next generation will be stronger and it'll like increase our economy and our our health
Okay.
and all of. So like,
Well, some people are scared of
Yeah.
progress.
yeah, it's
It's
just,
like the conservatives here.
Yeah.
keeping people
you know.
uneducated.
Little
So it's
fundamental, don't
keeps
want
them inhibited.
change.
it's old versus new, but it's also like everyone's trying to.
This is a
conserve.
PBS podcast,
Yeah.
by the way. We've totally
Sorry.
changed it.
You asked, you brought it up. I love this.
I'm interested. It's gonna come up on my set somewhere. I'll figure it out. Very interesting stuff.
Back to Rell.
Back to Rell.
Back to Rell.
I'm not interesting. You guys, this is more interesting than anything I could have brought you.
Do you have any
This is
other?
great.
Came out because you're here.
I got all my questions. I think I've learned enough. I can write a paper now. I can.
Are you gonna put us in your bibliography?
Somewhere it'll be in there somewhere.
Facial recognition podcast.
Yeah.
I'll call my ex up. See, you know I know about your culture.
I know
right?
so
You know?
much about you now, girl.
We won't
like-
tell her you forgot about.
She's like, I ain't
Guyana.
never been to India. I'm here my whole life. Oh, damn.
That's the thing.
That's pretty cool. Awesome. Good stuff.
Yeah. So, would you like to pitch anything, plug anything?
No,
No?
Any show.
Rell Battle is just awesome on its
I'm
own.
just chilling.
Social
Yeah.
medias.
I got nothing going
That's
on.
a dope name for entertainment. I'm like, every time people are like, I've been like Rell Battle, like catch me on Instagram. I'm like, I can't just say that at the end of my set. I'm like, I've been Pallavi and you guys got the spelling. I'm out. Like,
I don't get it. People like it. I don't get it. It's like it sounds kind of weird, but whatever.
your name?
Yeah.
It sounds
catchy.
dope.
It's actually Terrell Battle.
Yeah.
So when
It's a good stage
you
name.
shorten it to Rell.
No, people. Everybody just calls me Rell. My friends just call me Rell. You know,
Twin Battle.
my mom calls me Twin.
Do you have a middle name?
Corey with an I. Because it's unisex.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, cool.
You know what I'm saying, Playboy. You got me.
That's
This
cool.
is fun.
Yeah.
All right. Wrap up, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I got nothing.
You can't. We just gave him a whole
We
like
lectured him too
book.
much.
He feels like he needs to get out of class and
know,
see some
right?
sunshine.
Studying Desi culture.
Hungover.
Well, Desi 101. I just studied.
Catch us next episode for Desi 102. So facial recognition comedy on Instagram and Facebook, and on Twitter we're facial rec comedy.
I love how you emphasize the rec.
Facial rec.
But
I
you
always
have
say
to,
I always say I have to do stuff with the facial rec girls, and it just sounds like we're ugly. Like it just sounds like our faces
We're
are fucked
beautiful.
up. Stop it. Oh my God. We are. And then my personal stuff is Pallavi Ganalan, PALLAVIGUNALAN. Don't laugh over it.
I know. Sorry.
GUNALAN.
Your name's so long.
My name's way shorter than my parents or my dad's name. On everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, website. Next.
Zahra.
Oh, Zahra. Hi. It's Zahra Ali Live. Zahra is ZAHRA. Ali Live. Go find me.
And
Hi.
I'm Fizaa Dasani, FIZAADOSANI. Fizaa has 1 Z and 2 A's. So at Fizaa Dasani on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram.
Do you guys think we'd have like 50 to 100,000 followers if people just knew how to spell our names? That's what's
a good
holding
point.
us back.
That's true.
No, I don't show enough cleavage for that kind of following, but I'm working on it.
I don't have enough cleavage.
Next
for that.
next time we make a flyer for the show, it's just gonna be our tits. Okay, we are not
sell
the
out.
same tits.
We're not the same tits. It's gonna be sold out with all old white dudes.
Are we going to make a flyer?
Yeah,
We
that's what
are.
I'm saying.
1 word per tit.
Yeah.
We can have a smaller lineup. We get the whole sentence just with our pairs.
Yeah. All right. Do we feel good about
Yeah, I think we're good. Thanks,
Shout out to
everybody.
Titties.
Shout out to Titties for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, Rell Battle.
Thank
you for having me.
This is super fun.
I just learned so much.
I liked it.
Thanks.